welcome to my channel. I'm Athena. This is my channel, Stitching Goddess Designs. It's talking about cross stitch and Harry Potter. 2 weeks. I did it. 2 weeks. Yay! I've got some stitching to talk about. I've got a little bit of knitting stuff to talk about. Other crafty stuff and shirts. So I don't feel like this is going to be a super long episode though, just because I haven't done a whole lot, like production wise. I am struggling with words. First of all, I am nearing the end of the new infusion that I'm doing. I had to switch infusions for my MS. If you're new here, I'm 3 years MS, 3 years into my MS journey. That's called a journey, yeah. But see, I go, my brain. I switched medications. I now get infusions every 6 months. I am due to get my next infusion in like 2 weeks, and I'm very low. I don't know how else to say this. My energy is low, my fatigue is high. I'm pretty sure I went an entire day sitting in this chair and had nothing that I just was listening to a book and staring off into space, like completely gone. If I did things, I don't even know what I did. I have no recollection. Before I knew it, it was time to go to bed, and I was like, okay, I guess that day's over. Just, I'm struggling. But I have got some stitching done. I have got some knitting done, and I have new yarn. And yeah. So let's just jump. let's focus. Let's jump into this and start talking about cross stitch. First off, I think had I shown you what I was going to pick up on my last video? See, I don't even know what was on my last video, but I know I showed you this finish. I don't know if I told you what I was going to pick up next, but either way, what I picked up next was October 31st is for tourists. I live it all year. This is like another way of saying Halloween is not a holiday, it's a vibe. And it's my aesthetic. Halloween is my aesthetic. All the time. This pattern is from Stitch Sprout, and there's 2 stitch options. You can stitch it on dark fabric, and so she gives you like how to stitch it in white and on a dark like black fabric, or the reverse, which is what I've done. And then I'm pretty sure that I used all the called for colors in the pumpkin. I will say though, there was a lot more going on in those pumpkins. Look, from here, there's an orange pumpkin, right? And a green stem and a black face. But up close, you've got a white stitch for the candle, you've got a yellow stitch for the flame, you've got a lighter brown for the glow, you've got a dark brown, which there's no distinction, you cannot tell on the camera, but there's 3371, and then there's also 310. So let's see, can we get it? No, there's no way you can't tell. But there's a lot going on inside those pumpkins. Let's see, what else? There's red eyes for the bats. My spider, oh my gosh, that spider was so finicky. I messed with her for so long. Supposed to be some French knots, but my French knots weren't looking good. And then I had this idea that I would put like a red hourglass on her, which isn't coming across. Maybe you can see it a little bit, but it didn't really work well. So now there's just like a peep red line in there, so you can kind of see it in person, but not really. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I think I had tourists. I had maybe the bats in. And yeah, I think that's about all I had in when I picked this up. I stitched everything else. So, it's not very big. You can see it's not very big. And it stitched up relatively quickly, but again, I've turned into some weird monogamous stitcher that who is this person? I don't know. I haven't met her before, but here she is. So stitched on that every day till it was done. Then when that was done, I picked up, oh wait, hang on, because we're not seeing the whole thing here. I picked up this piece. This pattern is no longer available. Sorry. This was a free SAL, and it was posted on the Oracle Cross Stitch SAL group. I think it was Oracle SAL is what it was called. It was on Facebook. It was a group. The group is like retired or something like that now. It's not active anymore. And I don't even remember who hosted it or who was doing the designing. I'm sorry. But this is the only pattern. I think I came across this pattern while it was being released or very around that time. Somebody else may have been stitching it. I found out about it, jumped in the group, grabbed all the patterns. They were released in sections and just free in the group. Grabbed them all. Thought I grabbed them all. Did not grab them all. That was a journey, you guys. I think it's actually this bottom corner down here is what the only pattern I was missing, because it was released in like chunks. And I had to, even though the group is retired, you can still access, the files are not there, but the pictures are. So thank you to everybody for posting their finishes, because I was able to, there's no way I could ever do this for an entire pattern, but I was able to zoom in and I think get a good enough picture of that corner so that I can stitch it without a pattern, stitch it off of somebody else's stitching. It's probably not going to be accurate. I'm pretty sure that there's like another type of motif down here. So I have also kind of reconfigured some things as I've been going, because this tombstone was a lot wider and taller, but it was like bumping up against this, and it was going to bump. There wasn't a lot of space. It wasn't going to be touching, but there wasn't a lot of cushioning, and so I kind of made it smaller so it would fit in there better. Anyways, let's zoom in here, cause yeah, I am using a. Let's see if I can pull them out and show them to you. Right here. Hold please. We're gonna get it. Yes, I got them. Sweet. Okay. I am using a 5-pack of silks from Trainway Silks. I'm pretty sure these are just standard colors. They just have numbers written on them. 51. Woohoo! 51. The orange is 205. The yellow is 313, and the green is 202. So these just have numbers written on them. So I'm pretty sure they might be in the standard line there. This one is called Penny Dreadful, and it has those 4 colors in it exactly. So, yeah. So what I am doing is I'm just kind of choosing a color and stitching a motif in that color, and or kind of mixing it up like I did here. I really like the way the variegated one lays. Yeah, there's going to be a cauldron right here. I don't have an overall picture to show you. There was never like a model picture of this. So I don't have that to show you. But yeah, and it is going to go down. There is a little bit more down here as well. But I do have, this is the corner, so yeah. I don't know how much I love the cat. I don't know if I need to take the cat out, because you can't really tell. I thought it was going to look really cool to have the like multicolored cat, but you can't even tell it's a cat now because the variegated floss, so you don't know. I'm not one for ripping out stitching though, so I'm probably just going to leave it. It's fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, this is probably what I'm focusing on until, I don't know if I'm going to go till it's finished or not. We'll see. Maybe. There's not a whole lot. I mean, and it's stitching up pretty quick. These motifs stitch up rather quickly, so I might keep going. I definitely am going to keep going for now. I don't know if I'm going to go to a finish. The only other thing cross-stitch related I'm stressing out about is Little Stitch Girl. Jordan and her mom, oh God, brain. Hopefully they don't ever see this so they don't get their feelings hurt. Jamie. No. I'm thinking, I'm hearing the Flosstube, Jordan X Stitch and Jamie X Stitch. It might be Jamie. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. My apologies. I've been you in person so many times. I'm so sorry. I hate my brain. Okay, regardless. Little Stitch Girl started off with Jordan designing. I know more recently Mama was designing. I have a few of her patterns. So I love a lot of their patterns. I have a lot to still stitch. I have one massive one I'm stitching. I do maybe need to print off. I don't know if they're closing the website or not, but okay, spoiler alert. I'm jumping ahead of myself. They announced recently on Instagram, on Flosstube, that they are going to be discontinuing their Little Stitch Girl business. There's no big drama. It's life. Jordan is a mom. She's going to school. She's working full time. There's just not enough time for all of the things. And I know her kids are getting a bit older now. I do believe they were really little when she first started this. And having older kids, speaking personally from experience, having them in school, getting into sports, activities, extracurriculars, clubs, whatever have you, just is all consuming. It is all consuming. I can't, there's nothing I could use to describe that point in my life. I had no hobbies. I had no of my own activities other than getting them to and from all of their sports and clubs and school. That was it. That was what I did for a good probably 10 years by the time, like, when I started with the oldest to the youngest. Once they get older, they can get themselves to and from, they have friends, whatever, but it's like, whew, let me tell you. So, let me bring it back in. Little Stitch Girl design, cross-stitch designs are going away. They're going to sell off what they have still printed, And then that's it. And I'm like, I know. Okay, if you're new here, I like to collect things. If I don't have a complete collection of something, I will freak out. So I know for a fact that I have some of her series. She has a lot of series. I have some of her series, but not complete. So I need to go through all of my patterns. I'm looking up there on this shelf, all of my patterns, and I need to see what I have and what I don't have and get what I'm missing before I can't. A little bit of a freak out. I have done quite a bit of inventory data entry type stuff into Google Keep. But when I went in there, I definitely know that I have more than what's showing in Google Keep. So I don't know where I left off with Google Keep, and then after I kind of moved where all of my stash was, I've reorganized a lot. Things have been shifted around. I don't know what has been entered and has not been entered at this point. And so it's kind of gonna have to either be a physical flip through of everything. That's like the only way I can do it. So I need to go through all of my patterns, see what I'm missing, get it all ordered before I freak out. I think that's it. I think that's it for cross stitch. This is my little freak out over little stitch girl and stitching. That's it. That's all I got done. Just kidding. That's not all I got. That is not all I got. Not even close. I completely forgot of the other little things that I had done. I should have remembered when I said I was going up through all of my physical patterns on the shelf up there, and trying to go through stuff. I even have like kits and things up there, and I had these 3 little kits, and they were like wrapped up in plastic, and they kept falling out, and they were, and I know that they're super tiny and they've been up there forever, and I was just like, oh my god. And so they irritated me to the point that I threw them over here in this chair. It's like, just stitch them and be done. Now the problem is I have these 3 done, but it's a monthly series, so, and I don't have the others, so now I need to get the rest of them, but they are kind of expensive, so a little bit at a time. Here's what I'm talking about. These are Timely Trinkets. They're by Joseph's Workshop. So you've got a little stitch pattern. It comes with this box. This is the May one. The kit comes with the little piece of linen, comes with all of the floss. I've kind of saved all the leftovers. So here's like all of the little leftovers. Comes with the floss. Comes with a needle that I did not use. I did not use the linen either. And the box. I'm trying to think if it came with anything else. Oh, and then the whole little thing is like wrapped up in a little plastic cellophane thingy and it is tied with a ribbon. The ribbon I kept as well. So I have the May one. Don't ask me any rhyme or reason to the ones that I have. I have the November one. And I have the September one. There's no rhyme or reason, like I said. No rhyme or reason. September I completely changed because that little guy, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it with that little guy. I know on a very teeny tiny scale there's not much you can do, but I didn't like him. Also, I'm changing the words, taking out the words. So this one says fall, y'all. I'm making it say the month instead. So I didn't really go for, wow, because of the box. You can't really see it. But there you go. September, I put in some grass down here, and then I got trees and leaves blowing around everywhere. I used all the colors they supplied, all the things. The ribbon that I talked about being tied, I tied it around the box, and there's that. So the box has, you can't really see it. Okay, but the box has leaves die cut into them. Yeah, there's September. And then November is supposed to look like this and say blessed. I took that off. I put November up there. And then stitch the pumpkin. Pumpkin is pretty much as called for. I don't think I changed anything. No, I didn't. I will say, I think this linen was a 28 count and over 2, so that would equate to a 14 count. These are 18 counts, so my stitching is a lot smaller than is supposed to be, but that's okay. It fits. And then there's pumpkins on the box. And then May looks like these. And I took the flowers out. The word flowers, and stitched the word May. But then it kind of looked empty, so then I added some more flowers and then around the word May. I feel like maybe I should have still stitched something, and I don't know. It's fine. It's already done. It's done. It's done. But yeah, there's that one. And then the box has little flowers on it. So yeah, and I got the ribbon on there. Hopeful to get maybe 2 more of these. When I looked up online, I think they're $35 a piece. They're kind of pricey, but I mean, those little boxes, and it comes with all the little things, but yeah. So I'm not gonna just go buy all 9 of them. That's too much. I'm gonna space it out. So, now, that's time for sure. I'm done with cross stitch, and we can move on to knitting now. So, knitting. I have new colors that I got in, and I've got knitting that I have gotten done. Last time I was on here, I believe last time, I showed you Winnie the Pooh colors. I have now gotten some of those done. So, this one screams like Pooh. I feel like this one is Piglet. I feel like this one is Eeyore. Just that's what it's telling me. That's what's happening. So I've got those ones done. I think there's 2 or 3 more of those. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look at all of them, but got those squares done. I need to finish off that tail, but yep, there's my squares. I really like this one. All the color changes in it. I like it. Okay. I also got new from, those are Forbidden Fiber Co. yarns. This one's I'm going to show you Forbidden Fiber Co. yarns. To be fair, it's all from Forbidden Fiber or cotton from Michaels, the store Michaels. So that's where I'm getting all of my yarn. Okay, so she's doing a year in color. I've signed up for that subscription. So these are the February colors I'm about to show you for yarn. If you did not get yours, which you completely should have, but for whatever reason, if you don't have it open yet and you don't want to be spoiled, look away. I'm going to read you this little card thing. This is inspired by the deep saturated tones of late winter. February's color palette builds on our color focus of the month, which is Fig. Blends it with peach, raspberry, deep navy. I guess it is. There is yarn, floss, or fabric. So, and I think it's all the same color palette. So, here, spoiler, here is the, I should know better than that. Here is the color palette card. For whatever reason, either I didn't get it in my package or I mistakenly threw it away, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I didn't have the card, so I messaged her and was like, can you send me that card? And she did. Thank you so much. Here are the colors in person. It's like, purple is my favorite color. February is my birthday month. It's like she was like, here's a present for you, Athena. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Oh, I love these colors. I've kind of been trying to like force myself to finish the Winnie the Pooh ones. I don't know why. Follow the dopamine. If the dopamine is telling you, do it. This one, oh my god. I just want to eat it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I freaking love this one. Oh. Ooh. I've never wanted to knit anything large, but if I could have a whole blanket in this color, oof, I love that color so much. Like that one too. I like the lightness, pastel. I like the color changes in it. We've got a lighter purple compared to that one. So lighter purple, nice variegation in there. And we've got, oh, I like the deep, like almost fuchsia that's going on in there with the pink, and then a nice blue to round it all out. Oh, I love it, because this one almost has some blue in it too. Oh, I love them so much. They're so pretty. I was definitely had a little dopamine hit when I got that in the mail. Thank you, Leanne. I don't know if you watch this, but I love those colors. And it was definitely giving figs and blueberries. Like, you hit that color palette. Perfect. 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 That's all I got for knitting. So let's move on to other hobbies. Let's call it other hobbies. Okay. There's just other things that I'm sitting here and I'm like, that's gonna strike my fancy. Let's work on that for a little bit. This room is chock full of so many things. There's scrapbooking, there's stickers, there's yarn, cross stitch, diamond painting. I'm just looking around. There's a lot going on in here. Not to mention all the shirt stuff and journaling. Yeah, there's a lot. On top of also miniature builds. I want to say kind of like a book nook type of a thing. They come in kits. You get the kit, you get the instructions. Instructions are not always super good, but it is what it is. And everything's already like kind of die cut. You punch it out, little wood pieces, and make little things out of paper. And I've shown some larger, intense builds on here before that I have done. I have, I think, 4 or 5 of these little teeny tiny ones. I thought, they're really small. Those will be quick and easy to do. Let's do that. No, it was not quick and easy. In fact, some of it was harder. So let's just show it. Let's show it. Here we go. This kind of falls into Harry Potter too, right? I don't know what to do to kind of show you. But we've got, some trunks, some books, some wands, sorting hat in there, a mirror that's also the window, the mirror bear said, but it also looks like a window. Got a desk back here, a Hedwig, different things. Got a map, the Marauders map. Keep turning. You've got, the back of this is even decorated. You've got another Hedwig back here for whatever reason. Up top, you've got platform 9 3/4. And it comes off. Hold on. Hold please. Okay. Platform 9 3/4. So you've got the train. And you've got the trunk. Ooh, I don't know if you can see it. I want you to see it. It's so tiny. The trunk is going through the wall, right back here. The trunk is going through the wall. And then on the other side, you've got the trunk going through the wall. The attention to detail is so crazy. It's so crazy. gluing all the little things together. Like you have to, like, this is one piece, and then this is a piece, and then this is a piece, and you have to glue that thing on. And it's just, whew, that's a lot. Okay, what I love about this one is on the bottom of that is a magnet. On the top of this is like a little battery thingy. And then you fit it in there, and then you slide this forward, and it triggers the light to come on up there. And now maybe you can see inside better. Oh yeah, you've got all the letters coming out of the fireplace, which I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah. These, and then, oh, and the candles, the floating candles, of course. These are a lot of fun. There's a lot of yelling, maybe, and like, why are you even doing this? Like, I can't even begin to tell you. These teeny tiny books right there, cut those out of paper, and you fold them, and you glue them together. Like, they're this big. It's crazy. That's crazy. But also fun. I don't know. Yeah. This took a couple of days in the past couple of weeks for sure. Maybe more than a couple, but and then once I'm done with one, I'm like, I need a long break. A long break. It's almost like a childbirth situation. Like, I need time to forget how painful that was before I lock in and try to do it again. So I do have a lot more of these. I even have like some larger ones to do as well, and I want to do them all. It's just, they're a lot, and they can be overwhelming for sure. So I do like doing them though. Yeah, there's my little mini build. What else do I have? I think shirts, and then that's it. So let's talk about shirts. Last Flosstube, I mentioned that I was going to do like new release Fridays for shirts, and we have been doing that. This just last weekend was Gilmore Girls, and I don't remember going back from there, but I know Gilmore Girls was this last weekend. This Friday, this coming Friday, I've got 2 new releases. There's no real theme to it. These are going to be like permanent additions to the site, so there's not like a get it in 48 hours type of a thing, but these are 2 new shirts coming to the website this Friday. Words. This one is a non-stitchy one, so if you have not been to my website in a while, I have a new section. I have cross-stitch shirts, and then I have goddess designed shirts, and those are just shirts that just sparked my fancy. I don't even know. They're shirts that are of interest to me, basically. If I thought that would be a good shirt, then I'm gonna make it and put it on there. They're not stitch related though, so that's a whole different section. So here is that shirt that's going to be in that section on Friday. Be careful. I'm not sure which me I am today. And in little tiny words at the bottom, you have been warned. Anybody else going through perimenopause with me? It's not even, I'm not sure which me I am today. I'm not sure which me I am this minute. Careful. Careful. And also, depending on what you say, you might start with a one me, and by the time you get done saying what you said, you may have activated a whole different me. So, I just like this one though. Be careful. I'm not sure which me I am today. You have been warned. So, that's kind of what goddess design shirts are. There's a bit of Halloween stuff in there. There's some like chronic illness ones in there. There's some just humor ones in there. This one is stitch related, and it's just a basic bold I really like this one. Stitch, 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 and a giant needle in the middle. So I feel like this could work for whatever kind of stitching you're doing. If you're doing cross stitch, if you're doing embroidery, if you're doing quilting, kind of just stitch, 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 stitch. Yeah. Those 2 new shirts will be on the website this Friday, and then middle of next week we'll have new Decision Fatigue shirts, and I don't know what else is coming up for April. I will definitely, when I come back, will be April, and so I will be able to bring you all of the April news in my next Flosstube for sure. If you're interested in staying up to date and all the things, I've been trying to do, for a couple months now, I've been doing a monthly email, kind of sending out updates and news and stuff. So to get the email, you just need to create a customer account on my website, so I have your email address, and register, sign up for emails, and you'll get the email. Also, I have all the social medias. So on Facebook, I have Stitching Goddess Designs Facebook group. You can join there. And on Instagram, I have Stitching Goddess Designs. And I also have and that's shirts. And then I also have my own stitching account, Athena X Stitches. So follow me there too. That was my little plug. Follow me on all the social medias. Check out all the news as it's coming out. The only other thing dominating my life right now are some little baby eagles. I am in Blue Springs, Missouri, suburb of Kansas City, Missouri, and we have an eagle couple. I think Freedom and Liberty is what they named them. Real original. They're bald eagles. And they have nested here in Blue Springs. I'm not sure if this is their first time nesting here or what, but they laid 3 eggs. It's typical for them to lay anywhere from 1 to 3, so we've got 3. I think that's the max. And the first egg hatched on the first day of spring on March 20th. I did not see that hatching. I'm mad because I was awake. I could have seen it, but I did not see it. I didn't have it on. That made me mad. From that point on, though, I have had it on. If I'm awake, it's on. It's on my computer. It's just running. It's a live stream on YouTube. I think it's just called Blue Springs Eagle Cam is what it is. I watched yesterday the second baby hatch. I watched him crack his little egg open and climb his way out. And he was so cute. And number 3 today, I noticed has like a little hole. Like, I don't know. Do they start like pecking little hole before maybe a whole day, hours before they actually come out? Because he has not come out. And I did notice that baby 2 had a hole in the egg for a while, like hours and hours before he hatched. So that has been on my screen all the time. And I think it's quite funny that we're all here to check out some baby eagles, like all the people watching, like, oh, watch little baby eagles. I don't know how many people are prepared for the other graphic content they're being subjected to in trying to get glimpses of little baby eagles, because these are predator birds. And they gotta be eaten. So one, mom or dad will leave the nest and go hunt, and then return with, I have a feeling the one hunting will eat some of it, whatever it is, and then return to the nest with leftovers for the other one that's nest sitting. And then there are just body parts inside this nest. They're just hanging out. I'm like, there's a fish tail just chilling right there now. Earlier there was like, I'm pretty sure parts of a rabbit, like rabbit legs. But they gotta eat. I guess if you don't want to see nature, nature can be graphic, so if you just want to see the babies, maybe that's not for you. Either way, I think, to me, it's all very interesting. It's all very interesting to watch. The babies being born. I can now tell the difference between mom and dad, because female and male bald eagles do not have any difference in coloring. Like, I feel like in the majority of the bird world, females are less, there's like less coloring to them. Males are more vibrant in color. That's not the case with bald eagles. They have the same exact coloring. The real way to differentiate between them is that the female, this is also a oddity, a not norm situation, but the female is the larger gender in the bald eagle species. So I can tell now when mom is there versus dad, just because the nest is always the same size. The nest is my constant, and so I can tell which one is sitting in there based on how big the bird is in the nest. For example, currently, right now, is dad. Also, I feel like mom has a little bit of like fluffier head feathers than dad does. But yeah, dad's sitting with the eggs right now. Mom's off hunting, doing her thing right now. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because there are like maybe a minute where they're both in the nest together. And that's it. They're not really in that nest together ever. So what's the other one doing? And it could be like 7 or 8 hours of dad being there before mom comes back. Where is mom at for that long? She's just flying around for that long? That's crazy. That's crazy. And they've been bringing a lot of food to this nest. A lot. And I'm like, how much do these eagles need to eat? How much? I Googled it. It ranges from 1/2 pound to 1 pound a day of food. They've been taking in a lot more than that. There's a lot more than that, guaranteed. I understand they're feeding babies, but those babies don't eat much. Okay, this is my whole little eagle. There's my little bald eagle thing. But also, in watching this, I have also learned there is a great horned owl nest in another suburb of Kansas City, not here in Blue Springs, but nearby. And there's a camera on them as well, and they have 2 little, what do we call, they're eaglets for the eagles, but owls are owlets. They have 2 little baby owls, and they look like little white foofballs. They're just poof. They're adorable. The eagles are adorable too. They look like they have they're like little gray blobs with heavy black mascara on. Or black eyeliner, I should say. Okay, I'm done. This time for sure. I end up in these rabbit holes and I will talk your ear off of whatever current rabbit hole I'm in. So, that's fun. That's all I got for you. I hope you all have a very magical, stitchy week. And for now, mischief managed. Bye!